I want to remind you and take you back to the memory lane.
After signing the new constitution, His Excellency the President.
A day Kenyans will without doubt never forget. A day that democracy peaked and was capped with the spirit and the will to surge on to chart new paths for this nation. The dawn of a new era.
We have opened a clean new page in our book.
But with it came this statement, almost a warning of sorts.
Some of the changes will be immediate, and we must be ready to support them. Other changes will take time.
True, the President was taking cognizance to the fact that Chapter 18 of the new Constitution compels Parliament to enact the legislation required within the timeline set out in Schedule 5, meaning by 28th August this year, all necessary bills must be passed. The current scenario paints a picture where it would seem the clock is no longer ticking but has almost ground to a halt, at least as regards the implementation process. A process that of late has been almost derailed by wrangles in the committees tasked with looking at the critical bills. So what's really happening?
At what point you think it is playing politics and it is not playing politics? I would tell you it is all to do with implementation.
Okay, if this is the case, then why call for this?
We should not be bringing into Parliament issues that can be discussed politically.
Political leaders should keep their intrigues and conspiracies and threats and blackmail out of the process.
Why seek a political solution if politics is not the problem? The Constitution forms the middle ground here, the losing player, the begrudging candidate seeking implementation, but just unable to move the process forward.
And those standing orders are there, and they require, when a minister presents a bill for first reading, it be committed to a committee for 10 days.
Could this be the reason why Speaker Kenneth Marende made a decision to leapfrog the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee and give the Constitution Implementation and Oversight Committee the task of scrutinizing the crucial Independent Electoral and Boundaries Bill?
In disregard of the rules, again, he is transferring the responsibilities of the legal committee to another committee.
This is false, since the Constitution reads in part, quote, "There shall be a select committee of Parliament to be known as the Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee, which shall be responsible for overseeing the implementation of this Constitution and which, among other things, will see the preparation of the legislation required by this Constitution and cater for any challenges in that regard." End quote. Was there a challenge? The Minister for Justice has the answer.
The disputes in this committee are political as opposed to either legal, philosophical, or for that matter, even ideological. Impact it has.
So why opt for the Abdikadir Mohammed-led Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee? Well, apart from the fact that this is a constitutional body,
the Abdikadir Committee is a link between CIC and Parliament. Without it, no bills can go into Parliament.
time is of the essence, but the time factor is interpreted in various ways.
It's all a matter of buying time.
Could it be that our politicians care more about the elections than the law and the precedents set earlier? The countdown to the 28th of August continues, a time when by law any Kenyan can take action.
Unable to do it, then anybody can go to court.
True. Chapter 18 of the Transitional and Consequential Provisions provides that if Parliament fails to enact the appropriate legislation, any person may petition the High Court on that matter. And the result?
The court will force Parliament to pass it in 6 or so weeks. If that does not happen, Parliament will have to be dissolved and you go into an election.
Time is very important. To expedite, keep to the timelines, it's very important.
Enough said. Willis Raburu, Sunday Live.
Mama.